headed to 5th Lake Martin. Really not supposed to even run 100 miles when I ran the first time. Every year, kind of interesting to go on the Lake Martin, have a Lake Martin family reunion. So one of the things I like about running 100 is it breaks you apart. I have broken 1,000 pieces running 100 miles. Do I need to run 100 miles for that kind of experience? Probably not, but we'll see. This weekend is going to be interesting.
Course, and there's a lot of things about this course is very elusive. So one of the things, this is a I have fourth one here. Hold on, let me take this one too.
This is one we're holding for him for the next one.
So I got all four of this. So the first one I ran was the story goes I signed up for 50, I trained for 50, and ended up running 100, and that was the first Lake Martin. So that was the muddiest and then muddiest course you could ever find. David assured me yesterday that it's not going to happen this year. One of the things, just 5 years running this thing, and I've seen so many drop in this course. One of the things I say is, do not stop at 15 miles, regardless of what happens to you, unless you just have to go to the hospital. Push through Heaven Hill, maybe push a little bit further, because what happens is I see a lot of you dropping at mile 50 because it's hard, it's about to rain, it's cold. We have gone through a lot of those, the rain, cold, heat, every one of them. So do not drop at 50, or do not stop at 50. That's the only thing I request. We need more of you finisher for this one. I think first year, last several years we have 19 each year. We wanted more this year and the coming years. So let's bring this buckle home. Do not go home without your buckle. The recent post from Susan. So if you have any question about this course, ask me. It's a very interesting course. It's not flat. It's not hilly. It's just the right amount of hill that'll kill you. So.
Hey, we are at the Lake Martin Children's Harbor. Is that right, America?
Harbor Lodge.
Children's Harbor Lodge. We made it here. It's been a wonderful ride so far. We're enjoying the evening. It's a little different from what we used to do. Mary Jo, tell us about this location.
And this is Children's Harbor Lodge. This facility is used for camps for people and children who are ill, who have cancer or other illnesses. And when it's not in use, they rent it out to people like us.
Great. It's a great location. It's a little different from...
It's different, more rooms.
Yeah, more rooms, more friends there hanging out. I love it. We all like a big family here to get together, so it'll be nice. So we have Brian here. You're running what is your, this is your second?
This will be my third 100.
Which one did you do? Did you do Lake Martin?
I did Lake Martin last year, and then I did Blood Rock in December.
So this is going to be different for you because we did the Blood Rock.
Yeah.
That was a difficult one. Right?
That was difficult. I think at least this one won't be freezing. It's always there.
It's going to be too hot. You're going to whiz.
Well, I do think tomorrow it's going to be almost 80 degrees, so I think that will catch a lot of people by surprise.
I have Matt here. Matt, how you doing? You back here in Lake Martin?
I am.
So you enjoying are you running tomorrow?
I'm not running. I'm crewing a good friend of mine for his first 100 miler.
That's great. You know, Matt just gave me great advice, which it's hard for me to take those kind of advice, but I'm going to have to think through this overnight. I'm crazy about going, a lot of you know or don't know, I'm crazy about going. My motto always has been in running, especially distance race, especially marathon distance, and then sometimes I even do it in a longer distance. Go as fast as you can, as far as you can, and see what happens. And this kind of things doesn't work. And even when I come to the race like Lake Martin, I end up going faster. You have seen me over the years that I go faster, and then that kind of things start falling apart. So Matt, what are your advice?
So the dilemma that Suman's dealing with right now is he knows that he's going out too fast in the past, and he usually bonks out probably around mile 30, mile 40, right? Going up Heaven Hill. That's usually when you really start.
Exactly.
So his theory is he would rather go ahead and go out and have time to bank to where he could suffer and just limp in. And my advice to Suman would be to stay aerobic for the first lap and go slower on purpose, so mentally you'll know that you have gas in the tank versus wondering whether or not the fumes are going to run out. Does that make any sense?
That makes sense.
So if you were to do it from like a heart rate perspective, if you were to stay like in say a safe zone of say a 60 or to 70% heart rate, then you know aerobically all the muscles in your body are going to get their proper amount of blood supply, and then you know that you'll have it for the long term. Now for you it's hard because you're thinking of a time clock to where you want to go ahead and get the first couple laps over with and have that much more time.
Exactly. But before the night falls.
But here's the thing. This is now I can understand that, like say for Pinhoti, because you're on a point to point. We all know about that.
Yeah.
But for here, you have 32 hours. You have more time in the world. So if you're looking at just finishing, what you need to do is for the first lap, which you normally finish about 6 hours, right?
Yeah.
Is that about 6 hours? What I would suggest to you is you don't need to finish that first lap no faster than 6.5 hours.
Last year,
you purposely need to scream at yourself the whole time, and you need to say, I'm not finishing faster than 6.5 hours. And then for the first 50 miles, you should go ahead. Since you haven't been training, because you admitted you're not training.
My training has been terrible.
What you should do is you should purposely not run the first 50 miles faster than 13 hours. And that's it. And I guarantee you, you're going to have more gas in the tank come around. I guarantee it.
That'll be the.
But that's coming from somebody who just really failed at the last 100 miles. So don't,
But you suffer and you understand what happened.
But in theory, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
But
if you don't make it, we didn't have this conversation.
No. So the goal here is to try to finish, correct? So trying to get that fifth buckle. So regardless what I do.
But I will say this though, if you stay more controlled and you go out slower, your body's going to be able to take in more nutrition because it won't be screaming at you. Therefore, your digestive system and everything will be more in check. You'll be able to take in more, and you won't bonk. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you go slow, take in nutrition as you go versus just hauling ass and then trying to shove a bunch of coffee down your throat like you've done in years past, you're more likely to sustain the long term. And I guarantee you'll probably have a better race. And that's without training like you normally do.
Yeah, this is a terrible training year. So
I'm out of the video.
Yeah, so hopefully I can follow Matt's advice and then let's see what happens. So I'll have to think through the night. So I have 12-14 hours to think about this. Good morning, Lake Martin, 100 morning, 5th Lake Martin. Hopefully I can survive. I'm starting with Montreal, Columbus, Montreal, Suze. I'll have a couple of other choices here. So this is my, I almost forgot that I was wearing a Nike road shoe, so hopefully I don't need that, but I'm ready. I don't know about everybody else, but Bob is here. Bob? Come on in, man. So Bob, what 100 for you this one?
13th overall, third time in Lake Martin.
Third time in Lake Martin. So what are you gonna do? Run it as fast as you can?
I am gonna go out as fast as I absolutely can and just hang on and try not to die.
Yeah, that's usually my strategy, but today I was asked to kind of slow it down.
They should be getting their
because a lot of people don't like to see me suffer, including the camera person here. But so we'll see. So, good luck.
I sure hope you look a lot better at 50 miles than you have in the past.
We'll see. Good luck, Bob.
All right, you too.
I'm about to start my 5th Lake Martin 100, guys. If you know me, I want you to kick me if I decide to die or decide to quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. What do we say?
Don't quit.
Yeah.
Where is the goodness? I wish I had something easy.
Lake Martin 100. So we'll see how this will go. 5th one.
It's gonna go fabulous.
Thanks for all the support. We'll do it. Let's get it done. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I think so.
I have Tim from Wisconsin here. He's coming down to Alabama. Looks like you're wearing sandal. You said you're going to run 100 mile in that sandal.
This will be my 5th one if we can manage it today.
5th 100 or 5th?
5th 100, yeah.
Yes. On the sandal?
In the sandals.
How does it work?
Stay on your feet As long as it's not too muddy, it works fine.
Got it. We could have a little mud,
could, yeah.
but it's not as bad as the first one.
Should be all right.
Good luck. How do you feel?
Pretty good.
That's good. First time in Lake Martin, huh?
Slightest bit sore. Yep, first time here.
Good job.
I feel like I should be going faster, but I know that I got a long ways to go and that I shouldn't go faster.
Don, this is your first 100. You know the rule of the first. Any first thing you do, any first race you do, you got to do what?
I guess hydrate.
No, you got to finish.
Well, I know.
It's not how you finish. If you finish.
That's not the first thing I'm gonna do, though.
Okay.
First thing I'm gonna do is, I guess you gotta hold back on these longer races. I got an urge to run fast, but
you know, you and me both, we run a lot faster than this, but today we're holding it back. So let's see how that will pan out.
Yeah, I want to finish. Main thing, he said, get the buckle. Bring home the buckle.
Bring home the buckle. There we go.
Yeah,
that's the theme of this weekend. Susan Donnelly, that's what she sees, her blog. I don't know if you got to read. So bring home the buckle.
Yeah.
You know, today I was told to slow down, and I'm working hard to slow down, but I'm just grabbed to Don here. I said the slowing down thing is not going to work, but we'll see. If it works, I'm wrong. We'll see about that.
Top of Heaven Hill, one of the prettiest views on the trail. We get to come by and see this at least 4 more times or 3 more times.
There's only a few times you'll see in the daylight, so
that's right.
So, you know,
for me, this lap has been pretty easy, although I've been sitting here for an hour.
So tell me about what the performance like, Suman's performance for you so far, what you see.
Well, I think you're doing well. You're running within your heart rate zone, which is good, and I'm hoping that you'll continue to do that. And we're coming up on the Butts aid station, so you have a maximum of 90 seconds, no more than 90 seconds. You understand that?
Got it.
So get your food and then go.
Thank you.
All right, see you.
Hey! Woo!
What's up, bro? How's it going, man?
Yeah, okay. I need coffee. We're making it through. Hopefully we'll be okay. Don and I, we run together. Jim over there finished 25 miles of this 6 hours, and we were right on the target, and feel good. Thanks to Matt.
The problem is, when it's this hot, the whole thing seems like a low.
Yep.
But here's a high. How are you, Benny Sunshine? Hey, my man.
Back to the Heavenly Hill, guys. It's no different this year than any other years that I have climbed this year. So I'm happy to be here. It's hot. This year is a little hot. Is that right, Steve?
It's hot. It's smoking hot, Suman.
So it's not helping, but hey, I climbed here, trying to get through the lowest. Like it just reminded, some folks just reminded me that one of the motivational speakers said, "What is that? Ride the high, stay in the low, don't give up." That's where I am. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get through here. It's been a tough ride. And then here's Todd. We're doing the video, Todd. Come on, join us.
Oh, are you doing video?
Yeah, we're doing the
we seem to meet a lot at these long races, which is pretty awesome.
But it's been a tough. The heat is just killing me. It just has been a tough ride.
It got a little warm today, but it's starting to cool down, and they're about to pick the pace up.
Here, I'm doing the good with the pace. I got a little slower, but I'm slower than I'm supposed to. So.
You okay?
I went through a lot of lows. The heat it hurt me a lot, but I think I'm gonna make this lap at least 50 miles, and then we'll have to keep on running and figuring out what's going on. Feel like puking. But hey, I made it to 43 miles. Better than what I had this morning. So I'm gonna keep going down like that. I feel like running. It hurt. I'm not. I have been in the best shape right now because I slowed down a lot. That was the motto of the today. Was slow down. My lower body today.
No big decision.
I feel like 2 weeks. I'm not.
It's the heat. The heat was bad.
I have not able to get back to it. 6 hour first loop, 7 hour second loop.
So it's not so much your muscles, it's more your digestive system.
Yeah, the food that we have. I'll be fine. 19 hours.
What are you drinking for fuel?
Water. I cannot.
You want to try some Tailwind?
I need, can you pass a bottle of water?
Oh no, well what I was thinking was the football.
Girls, I cannot leave it.
Yeah, I got the right one.
I've been having a really hard time. Several hours. This is probably the end of it. I'm about to get to 75 miles, 75. This is gonna be the end of it. I'm about to. I've been vomiting all day, all night, and now I cannot just weaving left and right because I'm so tired. My body cannot handle this thing. Just disappointing. I'm gonna try to sleep a couple hours and see if my body will rejuvenate. Most likely, nothing gonna happen. I'm not gonna give up. But this looks like my Bud's friend here. They were here days and nights to help me out. They have seen me going through the lows of the lows, and now I'm trying to get back to the highs of the high. Yeah. To finish this race. So thanks for being out here. Tell Michael that he's great. So he's napping. Yeah, let him know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good job.
Finished Lake Martin, 5th Lake Martin. I became the only one who actually finished this race every year since it started. It's been a tough race. I finished about 20 minutes ahead of cutoff. It's been a tough. I puked all over this course, so if you step on it, I'm sorry. It has been tough. One thing I learned about this whole thing is when I want to sleep, no pill will help me. I need to sleep. I really need to sleep. And once I slept, and Todd can tell you, I was a different person. Even my wife and everybody saw me. I was just a wreck. I was weaving left and right in the course, and then there I was, ready to go. And we paced, just for the stat, this lap we paced as fast as my second lap. So there's a lot to tell about that, but I'm done and happy to be done. And until next year, one thing I learned is I'm going to bring my sleeping bag next year. That's going to be my drop bag, and when I want to sleep, I'm sleeping. Thank you.